Hi there. Today we are going to do the arm for the LEGOman. You should have already completed the head, body, waist and leg before doing this tutorial. Okay, I'm going to open up a new drawing, making sure that I'm in my LEGOman folder. If I'm not, I can go and find it in that drop-down menu. And then I'm clicking the drop-down menu beside New and going to Browse Templates. Making sure that you are in the ENUS folder by opening the little arrow and going to your metric folder. It's the standard millimeters that you always want to open. Okay, having a little look at the drawing of the arm that you should have in front of you. I'm going to be drawing the elevation view to begin with. Now this is a little bit more tricky than some of the previous drawings we've done, which is why I've left it to later on. If I break it down into shapes, I can see a rectangle of 8 by 4 for the forearm. I can see another rectangle coming up at an angle that is got a length of 10. And then I've got a circle for the shoulder. So I'm going to start off with that forearm, that 8 by 4 rectangle. So, okay, start a new sketch. And I'm going to click on this right hand plane. And I'm going to do that rectangle tool. I'm just going to use the normal rectangle tool this time. I'm not doing any of the 2-point centers or anything like that, just the top one, the one that's there as the picture. I'm going to click on that center point and I'm moving down to the left and up. And I've forgotten the size, but I think it was 4 by 8. So I'm typing 4, hitting tab on my keyboard, which is the arrows that face opposite directions above your capital lock button. And by 8. Now, before I hit enter, I am just going to go double check that size. And it was 4 by 8. That is fine. Enter. Okay, to get the angle going up the way, I'm just going to move that 4 dimension out of the way. I'm going to use the line tool. So clicking on that bottom of the rectangle where the elbow is going to be, I can move my mouse out in roughly the right direction. I'm going to type 10. The angle up here at the moment says 60. If I hit that tab button again, the arrows above your capital lock button, it allows me to choose the angle that I want. It doesn't tell us an angle. Like, we're not told one. So really, we can just choose whatever we like. I'm going to go for 50 and enter. And that's fine. The next thing I'll do, you'll notice the line is still attached to the end of the line. I can continue drawing another line. And I'm going to do a right angled turn here and come in the way, but I need to know how far to come in. So having a little look at the drawing, I can see the shoulder here has a radius of 2.25. Now radius is from the edge to the center point. So I'm going to draw a line that's 2.25 and that will give me my center point as long as it's at 90 degrees to this 10 line. So 2.25. So coming over, I'm going to type in 2.25. I'm going to hit tab and make sure that that reads 90 for 90 degrees and say OK. At this point, I'm going to hit escape on my keyboard, which is your top left button, escape, to cancel the line tool. Okay. Now I know that the shoulder is a circle, is an arc, with the center point at that 2.25, and it's going to touch the outside edge. So I'm going to just take the circle tool. I'm going to click on the end of that line, so looking for that little green dot, and then I'm just going to click where it meets that 10. Again, looking for the green dot. And I know that that is the right size for the shoulder. Okay. All I have to do now is draw a line from the edge of this circle down till it touches the top of this rectangle, down to where the forearm is. So using the line tool, I'm going to follow this line along till I get to the other side of the circle. You'll notice that a little line appears and it gets a little yellow cross when you're in the right place. So selecting that point, and I'm going to move my mouse down. It kind of locks onto parallel. that little, I don't know if you see that little T shape appears with the red line and the black line when I'm parallel. And then I'm just going to keep coming down until I'm on top of that line. So I'm clicking there. Okay, and that is the shape of our arm. So I'm going to click the big green tick to finish sketch. As I said, this one's a little bit more complicated. So if you need to go back through that video, that is fine. Okay, so looking to see how much I need to extrude that shape by. I can't see it on the end elevation, so I need to look up at the plan, and I can see that it is a diameter 3. Okay, so going back to Inventor, extrude, and I need to select all the different shapes. So there's 3 different shapes. You got the forearm, the shoulder, and then the, I don't know what that middle bit of your arm's called. And then I'm going to change the size from 10 to be 3. Okay. All right, going back to the picture. Right, so we have a little bit that sticks out of the shoulder joint to allow the arm to attach to the body. So I need to look at what information I have about that. I can see here that it is diameter 2. It's a diameter 2 circle, so it's just a 2. Shares a center point with the outer edge of the arm, and it's extruded by 2. So that's nice and easy. It's 2 by 2. So on Inventor, I'm going to click the Start Sketch button, and I need to select the front face of the arm. At the moment, I can't see where the center point of that shoulder is, so I'm going to use the Project Geometry tool, this big button here, and just select that curve, and that yellow center point appears. Click the circle tool, select that center point, type 2, hit enter, big green tick, finish sketch. We're then going to extrude that circle by 2. Back to the drawing. I also have a hole in the end of the forearm to allow the hand to attach to the arm. And the information I'm given about that is it is diameter 1 and it is subtracted in the way by 1. Okay. So start a new sketch onto the end of the hand. And I'm going to see if I can find the midpoint using the circle tool. I'm going to select that circle tool and I'm going to try and find the midpoint of the arm. So it should lock on. It's yellow. And then when it's at that halfway point, it turns green. Do you see that? Yellow, green. That's my halfway point. So I'm going to move my mouse up. I get a little dotted line. And I'm hoping to find the midpoint up and down. I'm not finding it at the moment. I'm going to do the side. Oh, not finding it on that side. Let's try this side. Yellow. Hoping to find a little green dot. There's my green dot. I'm trying to get them at the same time if I can. Okay, it's not letting me. Sometimes it does, but it's not today. So I'm just going to find one of them. I'm going to go for the bottom one. And I'm going to move my mouse up. And as long as I'm on that dotted line, I know I am in the midpoint left to right. I'm going to click and type 1, enter. But now I need to make sure that I'm in the center point up and down the way between the top and the bottom of the wrist bit. So I'm going to use the dimension tool. I'm going to click that top line. That creates a dimension. Just ignore that. Center point of the circle. That creates another dimension. I'm going to move that to the side and click. Now I need to know what size I want that to be. So the top to bottom of that forearm was 4. So it's going to be half of that, 2. So I need to make that 2, enter. And I know that's in the middle now. So I can do big green tick, finish sketch. I then need to use the extrude tool to subtract that. To subtract it, I need to go to the output section. And it's not the first button, it's the second button called cut. And the distance was 1 millimeter. Okay. The last thing that we want to do is to add a fillet to the back edge of the arm. If you look, you can see it's not angular. It's got a wee curve to the outside edges of the arm. There's no information about that on the drawing. There's none there. I can see the curve, but I'm not given a size. I can't see it in the elevation. And again, I can see the curve in this drawing, but it's not there. So I'm going to go over to the additional information that I'm given, which tells me what commands have been used. And at the bottom, I can see it says fillet by 1 millimeter. So that means that the top and the bottom of the arm are going to get filleted by 1 millimeter. So I'm going to turn myself around using the navigation cube in the top right-hand corner of the screen. I'm going to click that top right corner and that will turn me around. And then I'm going to find the fillet tool. The fillet tool's up the top. It's quite big. It's next to the hole tool. Click that. Change that 2 millimeters to be 1 millimeter. And then I'm going to select the top of the forearm, the bottom of the forearm, and then this big curvy line up to the shoulder. And once you've done that, you say okay. And that's the arm being made. I'm going to make my arm the same color that I made the body. So up the top, I've got my drop-down menu default. I'm going to click once and wait because it takes a wee while to load. And I'm going to go down to the green. I wish I could remember which green I used. I think it was forest green. I might have to change it later. But yeah, that looks good. So I need to save it. Remember, it's not like a Chromebook. So you need to go File, Save. I need to call it arm. And that is, you made that.